Welcome to a video where I react to Stormlight Archive 5th book, Wind and Truth 1-star reviews. Yeah, off rip, I'm going to preface this. I'm not reading any of the homophobic ones. We're not going to get into that. But any other 1-star review, we're going to read and react to them. And I won't lie, some of these are not baseless, bro. This book does have problems, but I just thought it would be funny to read some terrible reviews. So let's get into it. Alright, we got the first one here. This is coming in from KJ. So he starts off with a quote. How? Ishtar repeated. What are you? He gestured towards Seth. Are you his friend? His god? No, Kaladin said. I'm his therapist. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh!
Okay, KJ. Chill out, man. Don't get too crazy over here. Okay, what do you say for the rest? Stormlight Archive has always been a flawed series, but the drastic drop in quality in Wind and Truth is downright bizarre. Wow. This will be the last Sanderson book I read. I am done. I love it when people online say that type of stuff like, I'm done with this, because you just know when that book's coming out, chances are they're gonna try reading it, bro. Anyways, what do you say about that? Okay, Kaladin, yeah, that part was a bit questionable. I don't know about the whole therapist thing. You just learned the word in like the book, and like the whole mental health thing, it was cool in like the first couple of books, but maybe it was a bit too much of an intro. So listen, KJ, you might have a little point. I don't know about 1 star, but you got a little point. Alright, listen, I said I wasn't gonna get into any like the mean derogatory ones, but this one's just kind of funny, man. This guy says the Woke Light Archives, that book sucked. Alright, bro, like, sure, you got it, bro. Sure. This one's pretty short. It's coming in from Dustin Skinner. He says, should have stopped reading after book 2. This was slow and boring. Well, I don't know about this. I don't know about this whole narrative, okay? All of Sanderson's books, especially Stormlight Archive, are very long. Like, the first book was over 1,000 pages. Was this one a bit longer? Yeah, sure. Was it a bit bloated? Also sure. But you're reading it for the end, the Sanderlunch or whatever people call it, and I feel like Wind and Truth genuinely deliver when it came to that. Maybe it's not as good as obviously the first 2, but still a lot of fun at the end, in my opinion. Alright, another review coming in from Chris. He says, what a colossal waste of time. Brother, you didn't have to read the whole book. Like, if you don't like it, it's okay to put it down. Like, no one's forcing you to do anything in this life, okay? Fair enough for your review, man, but come on. Alright, this is a good review. This one says, who wrote this book? This world is ending and everyone is all of a sudden obsessed with their genitals? I have no idea what he's referring to. If you know in the comments what he's referring to, please let me know. The world, yeah, okay. The Word of Radiance scene with Elokar was just a boo-boo that needed a hug. Talon, that's it? I think Talon had a great moment. That moment in the hospital was sick to me, but fair enough. The author could have just removed the giant soapbox out of everyone's pants then, and maybe we could have gotten a sort of okay-ish Stormlight Archive and possibly even a great story instead. I don't know if the author is going through some kind of sexual crisis. Oh my days. Or if he handed this off to a pack of genital-obsessed children. Holy shit, this guy's getting into it. With a loose set of note about how he wanted it to end, but wow, the journey has ended. Hey, I like how he tied that back in there. That writing is kind of fire. The journey has ended. It's all about their journey in Stormlight, but not to this guy apparently. Oh, I like this one. This one says, a lot of disappointment spread around me. I love it when reviews reference the book and they use like book references to get at the book. That's hilarious to me. I won't even lie. Fair play. This is an interesting one. At times a fanfic, at other just plain boring. Since Moshe, I don't know how to say his name. Oh, this is the editor. Moshe Federer, I guess. Feder retired. Sanderson's writing quality has greatly decreased. It started with The Lost Metal and now this is conclusion. I haven't read The Lost Metal, but I do know that's like a common problem with like writers. Like sometimes they rely too much on their editor, and then when their editor leaves, obviously it tanks. I heard that happened with JJK. If you know the anime, well, obviously the manga is what fell off because he fired an editor. So she might have a point there. I don't know exactly, or they, I don't know. But yeah, they might have a point there. I guess editors do usually play a bit of a factor. So fairs. The Cosmere is slowly becoming the new Marvel with jokes that aren't funny, character arcs that gloss over-explain the psyche of thoughts of main characters so even the people in the back can understand what's happening and much more. Over-explaining? Can a book do that? Yeah, I guess. Did Sanderson do that? Maybe. I think I would read Sanderson's next book despite it all. Fair enough. But if it holds the same disregard for the quality in favor of quick writing and release, I don't think I'll be reading any more of his books. Well, they don't have to worry about that because the book, at least Stormlight, is not happening for a good couple of years. I don't know how Sanderson's schedule is. I guess he releases some type of book every year. So I guess we'll see when the 6th book comes out if it's rushed, but who knows? You could have a point there. We'll do one more review and then we'll call the video here. Okay, I thought this one was interesting just to end that video off. So this one says, the last book I enjoyed in this series was Word of Radiance. If I had to read about Kaladin's darkness one more time, I'll eat my shoes. That's a weird one because I feel like Kaladin's story is actually the one that's progressing a lot. Like his arc is actually going somewhere. In the first two books, honestly, up until book 4, like he was really struggling, and it actually got to me a little bit. I was a bit annoyed because like, Kaladin, bro, lock in. Like you can't save everyone. Once that was finally realized, I feel like he's actually been making progression. Like I didn't really notice that in Wind of Truth, but this guy says that, so fair enough. I respect your opinion, lad. Sanderson took making his characters flawed and decided to choke us with it. Every character kind of has to have flaws, but okay. Yes, we get it. Your characters are flawed. Mentally illness is your thing. Ha ha ha. But what about the plot, the action, a semblance or order of what you're writing? I feel like there was some plot in this book, but fair enough. This book is so chaotic. If Tolkien dedicated each chapter to telling us about Aragon or Frodo's mental conditions, we won't have the masterpiece that he wrote. Hopefully in the next book you actually write something for the plot and give us a break on reading about everyone's flaws or darkness or split personality. Well, yeah, fair enough, I guess. I mean, obviously that is Sanderson's themes, like the whole mental health thing and like different disorders and stuff. Especially in the last book, it was like really shoved down your throats, which I guess you got a point there. But yeah, but an author's obviously gonna rely on their themes, but whatever. Fair enough to review. Anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.